Hello, my friends. I've got a fantastic video for you today because you know what? Everybody loves a good old train wreck. And this is going to be an entire video of products that I regret purchasing. And you know it's a truth that everybody enjoys watching a good old dumpster fire, or channels like Sebastian Williams would have 0 subscribers. I'm just saying. Alright, I don't want to waste time because I feel like I got a lot to talk about in this video. So let me start with this Boscia Revitalizing Black Hydration Gel. I just talked about this in a video and I wanted to make sure to show you guys what this looks like. So beautiful, so beautiful. I will say that I don't regret trying this just for the fact that now I've become aware of the way that moisturizer can actually leave a surprising cast on your skin. I had no idea. We are going to be starting off today's fantastic look with the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. I knew I shouldn't buy this. I made a whole video trying to talk myself out of it. Why I didn't need it? I already own yellows. I'm going to be honest about the fact that it's not the worst palette I've ever tried. It's just that the yellow in here is no good. And at this point, I've come to terms with the fact that yellow must be a difficult shade to formulate because nobody seems to be able to get it right. So, you know, as long as you're buying this palette just for the basic neutral colors, it's fine. But again, Lemonade Craze, I don't think that's why people were buying it. And I think that's why it doesn't have the best of reviews. Just to be clear, I am going to do my best to make these work, so I'm going to go ahead and use the better shades in it. I guess I'll try using this yellow as an inner corner color. I just feel like that looks so disappointing. I guess it could look a lot worse, but it also could look a lot better. And the thing is, I'm never going to reach for this when I have so many other high quality palettes in my collection. Okay, let's move on to brow products. I like doing my brows before foundation just because I don't draw the straightest lines and this kind of evens it out to put the foundation over it. So for brows, get excited. I'm going to be using the Revlon Colorstay Brow Tint, and this is one of the products that inspired me to make this whole video. Disclaimer, I didn't receive this for free. Wait, I did receive this for free. But obviously I'm going to give you my honest opinion of it because it's in a products I regret video. Alright, I'm going to brush my brows up first and then try to fill them in with this product. You know, I don't hate Revlon's approach, and I appreciate what they tried to do with this. It was a good idea, but a poor execution. So it's a liquid liner basically with this tiny little fine tip, which you can then draw little strokes onto your brow. The problem is that this wand absolutely just doesn't work. As you draw, the brush kind of picks the product up from where you put it and just takes it away. So you just end up spending so much time doing your brows for it to look like you've done nothing. And I got this through CrowdTap, which I usually really like using CrowdTap. I feel like you can be very, very honest with that type of an app. But I'm always shocked at how many people are not. Like, people get these products for free and go and give them 5-star reviews, and I'm just like, did you even try it? It's just, it's a comically bad product, to be honest with you. Oh, Revlon, I want so much to love you. Oh, I also got these little lip tint things in the same CrowdTap campaign. I actually do really like those. So I know Revlon's capable of these innovative, unique type of products, just not this one. I've been doing this for at least 5 minutes at this point. I'm just trying to make this work. Oh, this is your last hurrah, and then I'm putting you in the garbage. Give me all you got, or you're getting trashed. Like, did you see that? Do you see how it just takes it off as you, oh, goodness gracious. Okay, we kind of got like a good clump on there. Maybe we can brush it into place. Think that'll work? Ugh. All right, we're moving on. We're moving on. We've got a brush set to talk about. This is the Real Techniques Brush Crush Maybe I Belong Among the Stars set. This is $29.99 on the Real Techniques website, and I usually love the Real Techniques brand. You go back in my videos, you will find a ton where I'm raving about the brand. I have no idea what happened with this set. You know, the winner here is the little pouch. That's cute. But these brushes are so flimsy. Look at this fan brush. How is that going to apply highlighter when it's that flimsy? Contour brush is the only one that's kind of okay because it's not too flimsy. I don't understand. I really don't understand this fan brush. It feels so cheap to be in a set that's $30. Becca's Skin Love. Just so you guys know, I already applied the Backlight Priming Filter, which I've not tried with this yet, but I've worn this foundation now 5 times, and I finally have figured it out. This is the shade Sand, and it's a pretty good match, although a little on the yellow side, which I can pull it off. The problem with this foundation is that you can't apply it with the Beauty Blender, or it just kind of disappears. Like, the Beauty Blender seems to suck up this foundation at faster rates than every other foundation I've tried. All right, I'm gonna grab the Real Techniques buffing brush to apply this. All right, so it's kind of this medium coverage foundation, and then you have to make sure that you use a very light hand when you're buffing this in. If you go too hard, you will absolutely ruin the foundation. So the biggest trick that I've found with this foundation is to not let water touch it. That means you can't use a hydrating mist with it, which is something that I always do. It just makes it break up instantly. You can't use a wet beauty blender. It will cause absolute havoc. You have to stay really dry with it. You can use an oil-based primer. In fact, that's been the best thing that I've found for using it. I've used the Smashbox Photo Finish Oil. But you start mixing in water, it's going to look a mess. You use any silicone primer, it's going to turn patchy. I'll put up a picture of what it does in about 3 to 4 hours on me if I'm not using an oil-based primer. If I use an oil-based primer, I can pull it off. All that said, that's way too finicky. And I believe this is $44, just not at all worth it. I kind of feel like they made that Skin Elixir product to go with it, but why should you have to buy a certain primer to go with the product? That just seems silly. Alright, so this is the Model's Own Sundown Sculpt and Glow Contour Stick, and it's just so red. You know what? We're doing this as a mess, so let's just put it on my nose, too. Let's just do this. I admit to you guys that once this video is over, I will be washing my face off. I admit it. Although, on a related note, I have a complaint to file with the beauty community, specifically of Instagram. I have noticed that there are a ton of Halloween looks getting posted on the daily. Where are you guys wearing these? Because I have not seen one person in real life wearing SFX type of makeup. I haven't seen it anywhere. Where y'all just do it just for Instagram and then you take it all off? How wasteful. I'm gonna give it one last chance. I'm going to Trader Joe's tonight, and if I don't see at least one person wearing intense Halloween Instagram makeup, I'm calling it fake. Fake news. Well, I'll say this about the nose. It goes with the antlers. You know, Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen. Moving on to this product from Flesh. This is only in this video because I regret purchasing it. It's not a terrible product like so far pretty much everything else I've shown. This is actually a good product, but it's not as good as the Cover FX drops. And the problem with that is I'm never going to reach for this over those. You know, I feel like this probably happens to some people where you really like a certain product, so you're like, let me try more items that are similar to that, and then nothing compares. So this is the shade Aura, and I'm going to use these horrible brushes. See if it'll work better with the liquid. Like, half of the problem I'm having right now is just because of how bad this brush is. You can't use brushes that are this floppy. It's just going to be an absolute mess. Just an absolute tragedy. I really think I'm going to return this brush set, and I don't like returning things unless they're truly horrible. And I know this is a really tense topic for people in other countries, and I can definitely see how it comes off as, oh, this spoiled American with access to all these beauty companies, and then she buys makeup and returns it. But I guess my counter argument to that would be that by returning bad products, we're also kind of holding these companies that make them accountable. So I truly am of the belief that if you've tried a really bad product and you think that the company should know how bad it is, if you can return it, then return it. Alright, next I've got the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder, waterproof and transparent. My problem with this is it's just not transparent. It's not the worst powder that I've ever tried, but it definitely gives my skin quite a cast. Alright, not the worst product, just not a good color. So see, this is something that I wouldn't return. I just wouldn't recommend it for people with a warmer undertone. I feel like I might have already put this in a video. I'm gonna break it out today just because, let's try it with my bright red hair. This is the Urban Decay Afterglow brush in the shade Quiver. Please work for me with this intense hair color. This really just comes down to this situation of don't buy products that are not for your skin color. Don't do it, it's not gonna work. I like how this foundation is actually kind of looking good today after applying so finicky so many times. Let's move on to this Kiko Gold Waves Rolling Eyeliner. This is supposed to be a dupe for the MAC one. The problem is there's just not enough pigmentation in this. See, unlike the MAC one, it kind of skips a little bit. So see that? See that? The MAC one does not skip. I swear that I really do like this type of product, but it just works only as an outline. So it is what it is. But when you try to fill it in, you're going to run the line in other places. It's really hard to control it, I guess. And now I kind of understand why people put in the comments things like, well, you didn't even try. It's more that once your makeup starts going downward, you get frustrated and you find yourself not wanting to try. Honestly, I think I started with a good attitude today, but it's kind of diminished by this point. Alright, my last product for this video is the Marc Jacobs, yep, Marc Jacobs makes an appearance again, Le Marc Liquid Lip Crayon. These are, see how mine is broken? This is the story of me and Marc Jacobs. Everything breaks. And it's a shame because I actually really like this product. Look at that color payoff. But you know, the thing about Marc Jacobs products is he makes them so creamy that I think this is what happens. Alright, so here is my final fantastic look. You gotta laugh at life. You gotta laugh at life. Okay, let's recap. The absolute worst product in this entire video. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Revlon. I'm gonna return this Real Techniques brush set. I just absolutely avoid this. You know, I didn't use the one good brush, but one brush for $30, no, especially when you can buy a 5-piece, really good quality brush set from Real Techniques. What the heck happened here? And then as for this foundation, it's just way too finicky. You know, I think that one of the biggest concerns I have when looking at the ingredients is I just don't think that cholesterol should be in here. I feel like that's a lot of what's causing the finickiness, the inability to interact with water in an acceptable fashion. Cholesterol shows up sometimes in skincare products, but I don't think I've ever seen it in a foundation. I blame that ingredient for the separation that happens. The saga of broken products, I'm just so tired of it, especially high-end products. You know, if a drugstore $5 product breaks, fine, I can deal with it. But this was like a $30 lipstick. This was a $25 pencil. Just come on, come on. I hope you guys enjoyed today's hot mess. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, YouTube. Release that brow product. Why? Who?